good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily. I'm your host, Crafting Journey, also known as Rebecca. Welcome over on Instagram. You can find me at that_journey_chick. So check that out. We are covering the Murdoch saga. It continues. But first, yesterday, I finished February, my gnome project. Doing one a month all year long. Here is January's gnome. And at the end, I'll put them all together to make a blanket. That's January. And this is the one I finished yesterday. February. Oh my God, I'm loving those colors. Yeah, I got to put that string in. I didn't do it yet. Okay. Loving me some pink. It's my favorite color. Okay. So next month is St. Patrick's gnome, and I gotta get me some green yarn because green is not my color, so I have no green yarn here in my house. Maybe some dark green that I did some Christmas stuff. Actually, dark green. I did this Christmas wreath. It's over there. Anyway, welcome back to yesterday. Another big day in the Murdoch trial. The morning was a big, huge snooze fest. Oh my God. There's nothing worse than listening to DNA evidence, DNA testimony from an analyst, because they have to deliver that evidence in a certain format that is not easily understood by anybody. I'm not sure they understand it. Okay, so first things first, yesterday some footage was released, body cam footage of one of the officers arriving at the crime scene the night of the murders. So we see Alec Murdoch, we see the bodies, but they're covered, they're blurred, so you can't see the bodies, you just see a blur. Watch till the end. I will include it at the end of this video if you want to watch it. It's about 30 minutes long. And if you don't want to watch it, that's okay. I haven't watched the whole thing either. But at one point, this officer, he's identifying shell casings, and he keeps saying, I wonder why there's so many shell casings. They only appear to have been shot once in the back of the head. And he comes up to another officer and he's like, do you know about this family? And he said, after you mentioned the name, I figured out who they were. And he goes, I'll give you the scoop later on. So, yeah. So watch it. That's the part I watched. There's more. So that'll be at the end of this video. So what else? Oh, big news. Big, huge news. Alex Murdoch plans to take the stand. There's a source that's very close to the defense that has said Alex Murdoch plans to testify. If that happens, I will cover that live. We can all watch it together because it's going to be fascinating. Because this man is such an actor with the drama and the tears. And I listened to a show on YouTube where these 4 body language experts were picking apart the interview of Alex Murdoch. And it was fascinating to hear what they thought of his body language. Just to make it a long story short, nobody believed him. None of these body language experts believed anything that he was saying in that interview. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. Okay, the day started out with, and I told you this yesterday, that 2 of the jurors tested positive for COVID. And now I don't have my pens out. Where are my pens? I wanted to use my new ones. I want to use my new pens, which don't even have wax in them, so I guess I'm not using them. Okay, where's my other pens? Okay, we'll do that later because I can't find my pens. Okay, they're over here somewhere in this mess that's over here. They're here somewhere. Okay, I'll just talk because I don't ever do much grafting anyway. All right, so the 2 of the jurors tested positive for COVID, and then, you know, Dick Harpootlian, oh God, he's always got to bring the local flavor into everything. Well, you know, I had it back in December, and I was sick for 3 weeks, and maybe we should just adjourn this trial and let it run its course. And I'm like, oh my God. And the judge is like, nope, not going to do that. That's why we picked 6 alternates. Well, they're going quickly. Yes, they are. So they're left now with 12 jurors, 3 alternates. Okay. And what the judge ended up doing after a lot of discussion with Mr. Harpootlian about his COVID experience, one of the court personnel left the courtroom, came back with a box of masks and said, who wants to wear them? Murdoch, Alex didn't want to wear them. Nobody wanted to wear these masks. I don't think there were any takers on the masks. The prosecutor took a mask and then put it in his pocket. Because they have to talk, and it's very difficult to talk with these masks on. So the judge says, I'm not going to make everybody wear masks, but it's recommended, you know, if you want to wear it, wear it. So, and then what about social distancing? No, I'm not going to order social distancing unless we find it's necessary. Clearly what both of the lawyers on both defense and prosecution, they wanted to thin the crowd out in the courtroom. We need to thin these, we need to thin out the gallery. The judge says, no, I'm not ordering social distancing. You can wear a mask if you want to wear a mask. He's like, see, I got mine. Okay, you don't wear it. All righty. And he did say that the other jurors were not concerned. They had a doctor come in and talk to the judge, and I think it was a female doctor. She tested all of the jurors for COVID yesterday on Monday, and then we'll come back on Wednesday, tomorrow, and retest them. Okay, so the first person on the stand was a forensic serologist. So what she does is she'll get items into the laboratory and she will test them for the presence of blood and body fluid, including semen, sweat, you know, any kind of bodily fluid. So she tested a long list of items: shotgun shells, shotguns, fingernail clippings. The fingernail clippings she didn't test. She just sent that off to DNA. So the raincoat, all this stuff. And whatever came back presumptive positive for blood, she sent to the DNA lab. She forwarded it to the DNA lab. So then we have, she tested the steering wheel. She tested, what else? The clothing that Alex had on, the t-shirt, the khaki shorts, and the shoes. So all of that tested presumptive positive for blood. So that was all sent to the DNA lab for testing. So the next person on the stand was the DNA analyst. And she tested the steering wheel, and because that was presumptive positive for blood, and it came back, the DNA, there was Maggie's DNA and Alex's DNA on the steering wheel of Alex's Chevy Suburban. The fingernail clippings of Maggie, she tested Maggie and Paul. The fingernail clippings of Maggie had 2 contributors. Under one of her fingernails, there was an unknown male contributor. The rest all were Maggie's. And then on cross-examination, we find out that Maggie had gone to the hair salon or the nail salon that day and had her nails done. So it's very likely that that unknown contributor was the salon guy who does your nails. So we don't know who it was. But the medical examiner later on who testified said that, you know, there were no defensive wounds. She would not have expected to find anything under the fingernails. Paul's fingernail clippings just came back to Paul. I need some coffee. Oh, I do. Yes, I do. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. clothes that Alex Murdaugh had come on that night, the shirt had DNA of Maggie and Paul. And across, the witness agreed that it's not unusual to find a wife's DNA on your husband's shirt. Yeah. And although there were stains on that shirt, none of the presumptive positive for blood came back as human blood. It was animal blood, because these people are hunters, you know. And the pants had three contributors. Alex Murdaugh, Paul Murdaugh, and Maggie Murdaugh were on the shorts. And the shoes, they just had Alex Murdaugh's DNA on the shoes. So then we get to the autopsies. We're not allowed to see these photos. The judge reiterated that, and he said that everything that they were going to see autopsy photo-wise would be sealed. What's on this canvas? Huh? Looks like some gum. No, it's paper. So first she started out talking about the autopsy of Paul. So going back to the pictures. So we're not allowed to see the pictures. Even the gallery was not allowed to see the pictures. They covered up the monitors, and I don't think they'll ever be released, these autopsy photos. And I frankly don't want to see them. I always say that as a member of the jury, I don't want to see them. Just I believe you, really. I believe you. I don't need to see the blood and gore. So Paul had 2 shotgun wounds. The first wound entered the left chest, with some of the projectiles from that shot going into his left arm. The bullet exited the left side near his underarm. So it kind of went this way and came out this way, and then some of the projectiles went into his left arm. That wound had some stippling, and what that is this spray mist. You know, it's indicative of a gunshot being at close range. She said about 3 feet. Then the second wound, and that wound would not have been fatal. That first wound going this way, and that was not fatal. The second wound, fatal. The second wound enters the left shoulder, like left shoulder, goes through the side of the neck and the face. And that was indicative to the medical examiner that Paul was turned towards the shooter. Paul's blood was tested for substances, and no alcohol, no drugs, just caffeine. That's all you find in my blood, caffeine. Even though I drink decaf, you're still going to find caffeine in my bloodstream, because even decaffeinated coffee has caffeine. Then Maggie's autopsy. She had 5 wounds from at least 4 gunshots, all close range. One of them, the first 3 were in her lower extremities, her legs. The 4th shot went in an upward direction through her wrist. And the final shot entered her left breast, exited at the top of the breast, re-entered the left side of her face, and then the final shot was to the back of her head. Now, her blood was tested, and again, no drugs or alcohol, just caffeine. So, interestingly, they always test the stomach contents, and she said Paul and Maggie had both eaten the same meal recently. So that lends itself to that, they had dinner together, and then apparently all hell breaks loose at the kennels. So that's where it leaves off. That's the show. for today. We're done. I just don't want to go into a lot of detail on the DNA because it's so extremely boring. And they could really boil it down very succinctly by like the way that I did, but they have to, when these analysts testify, it's almost like a script. They have to quantify it, what's the percentage that just, what's the likelihood of this contributor versus this contributor, quadrillion, stillion, million, zillion to one. First of all, there's only like 10 billion people on the planet, so it's like the whole galaxy to one. Okay. And a few times the analyst, she was asked, what does that mean? And she didn't know how to put into English what she had just said. And she's like, I don't understand your question. Well, what did you just say? Like, who is it more likely? Whose blood is it? Whose DNA is it? And then she would repeat her script. Well, Maggie was 100 quadrillion to one versus an unknown contributor. Why don't you just say, hey, Maggie's DNA, it's her. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's look at the calendar for today. Netflix and chilling documentaries, serial killer series. Okay, don't you all love Netflix? Don't share your password because they're catching on. Netflix has released several limited run documentaries offering deep analysis into some of the most famous serial killer cases. Actually, the Alex Murdaugh case is being covered starting February 22nd on Netflix. You don't want to miss that. Night Stalker is the story of connecting the dots to uncover crimes of serial killer Richard Ramirez and the race to hunt him down. Next is Son of Sam, questions whether David Berkowitz, the son of Sam Killer, acted alone. The next is The Ripper, examines the Yorkshire Ripper cases in 1970s England, which served as the genesis of the Take Back the Night movement. The Confession Killer looks into the prolific confessions of a killer, Henry Lee Lucas. Was he telling the truth? I don't know. So if you want to watch some docuseries on Netflix, there's 4 of them. 5 if you count Alex Murdaugh, but he's not a serial killer. He's just crazy. Okay. Yes, I said that. I'm so curious to see if he's going to testify. Just so curious. If he does, do I think it's a mistake? What has he got to lose? He's never going to leave jail. What has he got to lose? Even if he was found not guilty in this case, he has 99 other state charges pending that he's going to be tried for. And he hasn't been charged in federal court yet. He will. I guarantee you. So why not tell your story, But like I said, he's an actor and, God knows if it's going to be worth the watch. I care. Bring your popcorn, your favorite beverage, and we're going to watch it together. So hopefully we're getting down to the end. This morning they started the cross-examination of the medical examiner by Dick Harpoonian. There we go. And he starts off by saying, let's keep it simple. Let's try. I'm going to ask you simple questions and can you give me the simple answer because I don't know anything about autopsies. And he's always the guy, honest to God. I've never seen a defense lawyer like this guy. Never. Anyway, wow, short show for today. But hey, before we go, after I say goodbye, stay tuned because I'm going to include the body cam footage if you want to watch that. It is interesting. Takes you right to the crime scene. Like I said, the bodies are blurred. You do not see anything. You're not seeing any blood. You're not seeing any bodies. You're not seeing any brains on the ceiling of the feed thing. But it's interesting. One of the things that fascinated me is how dark it is there. Oh my God, pitch black. I mean, it's lit up by all these emergency vehicle lights, but it is black out. Yeah. If none of those lights were there, I don't know that you could see right in front of your face. And I don't know at that point in time, the night of the murders, I don't know what time it was when it got dark. I have a feeling it was very late, after 8 o'clock, when it got dark. So, yep, that's the show for today, guys. All right, like I said, stay tuned for the body cam footage. I will see you tomorrow in Crafting and Crime Daily. Bye, everybody.
Central 717 scene is secure. Got a Whiskey Fox, Whiskey Mike, both gunshot wounds to the head.
Sir, I wanted to let you know because of the scene, I did go get a gun and bring it down here.
It's in your vehicle? Do you have any guns on you at all?
No, sir. It's leaning up against the side of my car.
Okay. You're fine, man. You're fine. Turn around for me.
I don't have any guns.
Okay. Yes, sir. I see that. Okay. This is your wife and son?
And son.
Okay.
It's bad. It's bad. Check the pulses.
Yes, sir. This is the firearm you brought from inside the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I went and got. This is a long story. My son was in a boat wreck a few months back. He's been getting threats. Most of it's been benign stuff we didn't take serious.
Okay.
You know, he's been getting like punched. I know that's somebody. I know that's what it is.
Okay. When did you get home? Right when you called, or did you go to the house first? Where is the house?
I came to the house first. My mom has late stages Alzheimer's, and my dad is in the hospital.
Okay.
I left. I don't know what time. I can go back on my phone and tell you the exact times. Did you check?
Okay. Did I check what?
Did you check them?
We got medical guys that are that's what they're gonna do. Okay.
What are they doing? Can they hurry?
They are. Yes, sir. That gentleman that was out here already, he's one of the battalion chiefs. Okay. How did you pull up? You from back there?
I went to the house and they weren't home, which was odd. I tried to call.
Okay.
And then I knew they had been down here before I left to go to my mom's.
Okay.
And so that is loaded.
Okay.
You might want to unload it. But I mean.
Is this the only firearm with you? This is the only one, or is there any more in the truck?
I believe that's it.
You think that's the only one? Okay.
I'm 99%.
Do you normally
certain
have any other firearms in your vehicle?
I don't, but
Okay.
occasionally there's a pistol in there.
Okay. Just wait right here for me for a second, okay?
Central House.
Copy. Kill your front lights, I can't see.
Six 5-3 outside.
Enjoy it, sir.
Yeah, well, I've already spoken with Captain Deal. He's got crime scene. He's contacted them. He's also going to give us the assistance of a couple of field agents.
Roger that.
No. You can check them. They're
8%
dead.
out.
They are dead, aren't
I
they?
just turn on those.
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
Randy. He's all dead. Where are you now? All right. Yeah, the police are here now. The police are here now.
Affirmative.
That's my brother.
Okay. When was the last time you were here with them? Or talked to them or anything like that?
It was earlier tonight. I don't know the exact time, but
Okay.
I left. I was probably gone an hour and a half from my mom's, and I saw them about 45 minutes before that.
Okay.
I rode around with Paul for 2 hours this afternoon in the pickup truck.
That's your son, Paul? Okay.
Somebody going to check them?
Yes, sir. They've already checked them.
They did check them?
Yes, sir.
This is official that they're dead?
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
I'm sorry.
No. You're fine.
I'm very sorry. Gotta call her parents.
What's her name?
Her name is Maggie Murdoch. Margaret Brandstetter Murdoch. How you doing?
What's her birthday?
9/15/68.
Okay. And what's your son's first name? You said Paul?
Paul Terry Murdoch.
And what's his birthday?
Jason, do you have anybody
4.
coming through town that could stop and pick up that tent? I see lighting off in the distance.
What are they covering them up?
I got some getting dressed now, Sheriff. I'll have somebody stop and grab it.
Tell them they don't have to do that. They don't need to. Preserve what we can.
653. Where's it at? I'm in town.
I should try to be Delta 8 because he's going to be the only one that's got access.
What's
to
Paul's
where it is
birthday?
right now.
Copy.
April 14th, 1999, sir.
Put it up as wide as you can. That's fine. You said 99?
Sir?
He was born in 99?
He's born April 14th, 1999.
Okay. What's your first name, sir?
My name is Alex Richard Alexander Murdoch.
Richard Alexander Murdoch?
You familiar with the location?
No.
Sheriff,
Hey,
be affirmative.
Cody,
It's what I'm thinking.
come around the
Been out
truck
there before.
and then go to the building. Come around the truck and then...
There's a set of prints off behind the trailer there.
Yes.
I don't know if it's from
What's
one
that?
of ours or not. There's a set of footprints behind the trailer there too.
Okay.
That's how we kind of try to stay around this whole here so we can step over anything.
653, 713. Just 8's going to be the last one in and grabbing the tent. We'll get them there. Start 35. I'm sure.
Just go over to that corner of the building.
Yeah, I'm almost to you. Let me see what we have first and whether or not we're going to handle that part or not.
I see quite a few tire tracks in here. Were any of these you going in and out?
No, I came in here and I left one time and I came back.
Okay.
But the rest of them, maybe
Okay.
from earlier, but
Okay.
only 2 are mine.
Did you go out this way at all?
No.
Well, it's right.
Hey, stay here. Got a whole bunch of stuff right there. I don't want disturbed.
But no, that's why I was trying to get the door there so we can kind of get around that way.
Your best way is probably going to be back through those rocks because we can't get any tracks off those rocks anymore.
We'll go back around the other way we just came.
Okay. Thank you.
Each same.
Yep. Do you have names or anything for them?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get that in a little bit then. That's
Okay.
fine.
What unit's 23 on those up?
Alpha 917 unit on scene. Are you behind the house?
There's several of us out here. There's a long dirt driveway right next to the mailbox that says 4147, and you'll see all our lights down here at this shed thing.
You didn't come through Brick Column?
Negative.
Delta 89 on duty, en route to Moselle.
Delta 8, 653. Come up on Saturday.
Looking at shell cases?
Yeah.
300 blackout.
I think his brother. He said he was calling somebody. So.
He said what?
He said he was calling somebody.
Okay. But he was rolling over in
Yeah, I'm sure he was. There's a couple of shell casings right there.
Yeah, those will be easy to find. I was just marking a couple that were in the gravel. It might be harder to see at some point. Y'all familiar with this family?
Yes. I wasn't until he told
I
me the
don't even know
names.
the name.
I'll
Last
fill you
name
in later.
Murdoch.
I don't
Anything else you need?
think there's gonna be anything from anybody either.
What is that?
Cause that's a
You said for Evo to do?
yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Please watch the door.
Hey, watch your step. Huh?
That's all we have to right
There
now.
are.
Yeah. That's all we're
Okay.
X-ray one's gonna be en route to Moselle Road.
The gentleman in the white shirt is the husband of her, father of him. That is Paul Murdoch. This is his mother. Paul Murdoch was that guy in the boating accident from a while back, if you remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be like family.
Most likely. He did have a firearm whenever I pulled up. It's a shotgun. It's been secured in my vehicle.
There's 300 blackout. 300 blackout. Dude, I don't understand what all the shell
717,
cases when there's only
when you
one.
get a chance, can you give dispatch a phone call?
You will have to give me just a few minutes, but yes, I will.
I couldn't have been further away from this call.
Yeah.
653.
Who can start a log?
653.
Who's the most expendable that can start a log? Let's put it that way.
This is. Can you start a crime scene log, please?
What's Levi?
A log started. Sled's on the way. Let's push.
Here's
Can we run the tape
2007 ready to be
there to there?
Yeah.
Yes.
let's,
Where to where?
from
Yeah,
that
you
last
Take-
pole
go
right
start
there
a log.
I don't.
to that last
Get a
pole?
piece of paper, start writing names and
I
times.
don't have a notebook.
You don't have any kind of paper?
I have a scrap sheet that's got notes and everything on it. Can I just take
Here, borrow that.
that? I can do.
We can push it from that pole to that pole.
Yep. Sure. do see some. That look old or fresh? Old, yes. I'll just hold the light for you. Go all the way to that post. Lonnie, let's just keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, I think we got it.
This is 3 all the responding units to Moselle Road stop at the road. No one else come down the dirt road. Stop at the road.
Since 077, I'll be doing that 66 on 95. Copy.
What's the other way in here?
From back that way, I guess. Where the house is, I guess.
Okay, that must be
You referring to the Whiskey Mike, last walk with a key? Affirmative. Do we have anything else? Negative. Copy.
Oh, you want the times and people's names?
Correct.
Like I was trying to say, I have a notepad. It's just I'm
Yes.
using the back side of all the paper, so all the front side of the paper has names and information on it.
Well, you can borrow mine for a minute. It's perfectly fine, Cody.
I just didn't want you to be like, we're doing officer, don't have fucking paper now. I have paper for calls.
Do you not have any crime scene log sheets? Hey, it's 717. I was asked to give you guys a call.
Have any of those.
Hi. Okay. Okay. I will inquire and I'll get back to you. Okay. Alright, I'll find out and give you a call back. Yep, I'll find out from him and give you a call back. Alright, bye.
Huh? That's all right, I'm gonna grab a couple.
Well, I got some right here, Jason.
Hey, you want us to close that in?
Sir? Was that?
You want us to close it in?
Yeah.
There's a guy over here, I don't know if you want to let the other guy know, whoever Eric is, or just a caller. There's a guy over here that's wanting to talk to him. But I told him what he's
Don't even know who Eric is. I know an Alex over
Alec.
there.
Alex.
Okay.
My bad.
There's a guy over here that wants to talk to him.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you wanted me to go tell him that or if you wanted me to just chill for a minute. Or if you wanted me to escort him over.
He does not need to walk over there.
No, I mean a long way.
He does not need to go over there.
So you can stay there then.
He can. Gotcha.
I don't have the caller and the caller's brother's name in here because I don't know their names yet, but I can get it. But I didn't.
I already wrote it in there.
Alright. I don't know where you were at. I just found the first empty page I can find.
Female victim, male caller.
And then the other guy though, I mean he hasn't came inside the tape yet.
Then don't have to worry about him. Just make sure you get the here.
Time for me and you and all of us got here.
Oh my God.
Is that what you're about to say?
Yes. I came on scene at 22:26.
22, 26?
Yes.
Yep.
And whoever U21 is with fire rescue, just write U21, fire rescue U21.
Yep.
And then
That was the same time as you?
he came on scene, yeah, same time as me, it's fine. Medic 18 at 22:27.
Yep.
.758 on scene 22:30.
Yep.
Same time as you.
Yep.
653 on scene at 22:39.
22:39.
Yep. And that's all I have as far as times on this goes.
This is 787 Central. Alright. Copy. When you're clear, I have a call on Majestic of a suspicious vehicle. Copy. Where's that located? It's 223 Majestic Oak Way in Titusville. 10-4. There's a Cottisville unit that can assist, that'd be great.
Pretty sure Majestic Oaks is their jurisdiction anyway.
Central 505, I believe that's in our jurisdiction anyway. I'll take care of that.
Copy.
Twenty-three Majestic Oak.
Copy. Stand by, I'm trying to get the information. It's a gray trailblazer. Correction. It's unknown what type of vehicle. She has a gray trailblazer in her yard that belongs to her. She says she can only see the tail lights of the vehicle. She is also currently a user on Fox. It happened about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, I'm in there. You can tell her to go down box with.
Yes, sir.
Am I?
We're going to discuss it later and find out.
Okay. Just I was making sure I didn't miss something.
Nope.
All I want to do is
Oh, yeah, fine. She's very fine.
get where you can lift your sheet forward.
Except one outlet.
Lift it that way.
This side of it.
You got it right here.
The opposite thing.
Well, the dad's over there. Actually, hold on. Some people just won't do it.
Fire rescue might have some more sheets we can
That's
steal.
okay. That's right. It shouldn't be anybody
I
private.
should be law enforcement or
There is his law partner is back there.
keep the lane on.
Hanging the lane on the ground. Nothing right there. I don't know if I see it. I don't think you're gonna fit it in 300 blackout under there.
Not unless it's the shortest 300 blackouts ever been made.
I don't think he put that phone back
I haven't asked the dad about the phone, but dad did say he came over and checked their pulses. Beyond that, I don't know what else he may have done.
Well, the problem is, yeah, see, that's the thing. Well, he had his dad, your dad did pick the gun up.
He had a shotgun.
He did have a shotgun with him, and I have secured that in my vehicle.
Yeah, but dude, it's an upward shot. There's his one all over the city. Well, my water brain inside the room. Yeah, but that's if he didn't get his head off. So that was done. I think he's gonna find out who moved his head back there.
Oh, there's the water right there.
Yep.
So,
I've got multiple gunshots out of that window too.
do we see a shell?
At least 3.
A shell.
I'm on 56 area.
Got it.
Yes.
You need in and out times or just times arrive? Like if they exit multiple times and come back in?
You don't need to keep doing all that.
Okay. I wanted to make sure before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just so you know, I've got at least 5 holes in the window in the back of that shed where rounds were exiting out back that way.
which is going to be about shot because of the damn water on the floor. I mean, he was carrying a shotgun on the guy.
It is currently in my vehicle.
Yep.
All right.
Because
Yep.
his wife is dead.
Thank you.
Y'all just make sure on that side. That's it. Nobody else.
slightly more confused now if that is a suicide.
How many pellets are normally in a buckshot?
10, 12.
The reason I asked is just because the holes that are in that window look very large.
It was glass.
Some of them larger, some of them smaller.
Negative contact.
It'd be hard to, you'd need it in wood or something solid.
And there's a whole bunch of trees back there, so they might be able to find something in a tree. I don't know.
What are they thinking now?
Well,
I have no clue, but
he
here's
had
what
a
I'm
shotgun.
Huh?
He had a shotgun. But, don't know.
But basically, not his actual
So
brain.
cut off power and
but
negative
his brain
contact with
matter
any
is on the ceiling.
And some yes.
So if you're shot at an upper angle,
Copy.
the shotgun was laying on the floor,
Appreciate it.
that would point to suicide. That doesn't explain her or all the 300 blackouts.
Think he got here, took the shotgun?
That's what I'm thinking.
Possible.
But yeah, that's the outlier.
Yeah, that and the
300 black.
dozen shell casings from 300 blackouts.
Is there a casing under this, or is it just chilling there? Okay, that's just chilling there. That's just trash. I was about to do that.
It's okay, I got it.
Okay, appreciate you, Chad.
Those over there are not trash.
Correct.
I think this is where Cody decided to tie that back together, where his initial layer was.
Gotcha.
Central 76 out of Malvern.
Welcome back to night shift.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't wish that on a motherfucker.
Mm-mm.
No, I had to bury a child. They ain't got much than that. Ain't gonna bury a child and a wife.
787 Central. Copy, go. Good. Concord Ferry and Jacksonville Road.
I'm gonna clear up if I'm not.
Got a sort of a vehicle.
Don't think I need you.
Where are
Pickup
you at?
truck in the ditch with the flashes
Yeah,
on.
where's the car? Is that yours right there?
Call
It's
advised to
outside
get
the
anyone around the vehicle. No
You
signs
can
of a
squeeze
wreck.
through.
I'll be able to
It's after the
get some
church.
people out of my way.
The first road on the right.
Daniel,
Yes, sir.
your shotgun he had, where is it?
It is currently in my
Copy.
passenger seat of my
From the
Tahoe.
46
Right, right,
northbound.
Yes, sir. That's exactly where it's staying. It was leaning up against the truck right there whenever I grabbed it.
Okay.
787.
I haven't even touched it to clear it.
for you as
It's
well. That's fine.
fully loaded, still sitting there.
That'd be great. Have a long ETA.
Yeah, Chad, if you want to, you might better get out before Rest Fire Rescue gets here. Because they're gonna block
I
it
just
in.
want to check with CID and make
They're
sure.
bringing tents or something, or what are they doing?
I'm not sure what they want.
We really don't need any more fire rescue unless. Randy, that's one of the brothers. That's Alex's brother.
I don't know.
I believe it was because he said he was calling his brother.
This is Randy.
Call him Randy. I talked to Ronnie Crosby, talked me out of turning the driver too, which is his law partner. He's under the here. So. Something like that. The power tracks over here.
and 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Do you need me to lift the sheet at all so you can see closer to her body?
Now, how old do you think she is?
How old? Well, Cody's got my notebook where I had her date of birth in there. I don't remember what the guy told me off the top of my head. But I think somewhere around mid-40s. I think. Mm-hmm.
Well, I knew it was his wife. Right. Okay.
Yes.
I heard it was his wife, but I didn't hear her name.
Where did it look like she was hit, Danny?
Her head.
Back of the head.
Looked like a shotgun or rifle round?
That I couldn't tell. There was a big old hole coming out the back of her head. And hair all over the place, so it looked like it probably went in and then came out. And his looked more like the top of his head.
The round on him had a big wad behind us. It was a shotgun.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of 300, there's 2 300 blackout shell casings there, 3 of them right there, and then inside is a shotgun wadding, but we did not see a shotgun shell anywhere.
Which almost leads you as
What
two
kind of
shooters.
shotgun did you put in your truck?
I believe it's a 12 gauge.
No, not what?
I don't.
Over and under auto pump. It may still be in the chamber.
Yeah, that would answer the question.
Was there any blood on it?
I didn't look super closely at it. I was more concerned with getting it away from him and
But if
securing it.
he stretched out, because it went in here, took everything out the top, with a pump shotgun, he's got, I guess if he fell, but both his hands were laying underneath his abdomen when he fell forward.
Which makes sense if he's got to reach down.
He's got to reach down and do that, yeah, because he'd have to hold
Maybe
it down
hunkered
here.
over your truck.
Yeah.
Right there, that very first one with the blue lights.
It's in the tape. It's in here.
This front one right here. Mm-hmm. The wadding is right there. I lied, it's not a pump.
Here? Dirt.
Dirt. Yeah, it did have some dirt on the barrel.
Shotgun there?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It wasn't a pump. I thought it was, but it's not a pump. It's automatic.
Okay. All right.
Got one on the ride.
Am I okay to discontinue this?
Yes.
If I'm not talking to that guy?